Hey there, and welcome to English 208. We are so excited that you're here. The purpose of this video is to teach you the ins and outs of English 208. We want to ensure that you understand the expectations of this course so you can start the year off strong and so that you can be successful all year long. The first thing we're going to take a look at is course expectations. Make sure that you log in and attend class every single day that we have school. You should expect to spend about 60 minutes on English 208 every day. Occasionally, when you have a big paper or a big project to do, you might find that you spend up to 90 minutes in class. So definitely make sure that you budget in adequate time every single school day to accomplish your work for English 208. The next thing you need to do daily is check the announcements in class. Make sure you're checking those announcements. Oftentimes, important due dates will be posted there. In addition to that, you'll find important resources for class. So make sure you check those announcements every single day so you're not missing out. Another thing that you need to do daily is check your email. Make sure that you open up your email every single day, thoroughly read through all of the messages that you're getting from your teachers and for English 208, and make sure you respond to any if necessary. Another thing that you need to do in this course to be successful is complete all of the assignments. You want to make sure you stay on top of your lessons by using the class plan. So check the class plan every day and make sure you accomplish exactly what is on the class plan for that day so you don't fall too far behind. You want to make sure that you stay up to date with the class and that you do your best possible work. So make sure you're checking that class plan daily. If by chance you do get behind, use the class plan to look up past due dates and get caught up right away. Also, make sure you're checking your gradebook frequently. Try to check your gradebook a couple times a week. If you see any zeros in the gradebook, make sure that you submit any missing work that you have. There's a chance you might have submitted something and it didn't go through on my end. So definitely make sure you're checking the gradebook. Another thing that's really important for this class is making sure you attend all of the Class Connects assigned to you and deemed required. On your Class Connect schedule, you should see English 208 with a little required message next to it. So make sure that you're attending on the days that you need to be. Another thing that you need to do to be successful in this class is watch the weekly video. This is the weekly video for this week. But starting next week, you'll have a weekly video every Monday. That video will be posted in the announcements and sent out to you through email. So make sure you watch that weekly video. Also, read the Friday email. Once classes start getting underway, you're going to start receiving a Friday email for English 208. In this email, you're going to get a breakdown of everything that was due that week, as well as a preview of what's coming up the next week. So make sure that when you receive that email, you read through it and even save it just so you have a copy of it. Another expectation for this course is that you look ahead and you prepare. If you know you're going to be missing a day or two of school, make sure you check out the class plan and get that work in ahead of time so you don't fall behind. Lastly, make sure that you communicate. If you have a question or a concern, make sure that you reach out to your teacher right away. Send an email or place a phone call, but definitely make sure you're reaching out right away when you have a question. As far as Class Connects go, for the first week you'll be having one mandatory Class Connect session on Thursday morning. It's super important that you're in attendance because we'll be going over valuable information about our class. Starting next week, English 208 Class Connects will be held weekly on Tuesday mornings. Make sure you check the Class Connect schedule so you can see what time your Class Connect is assigned. This class is required. You are required to attend the Tuesday Class Connect. So make sure that you have that on your weekly schedule and that you're in attendance. In addition to Tuesday's weekly Class Connect, some of you will be required to attend additional required focused instruction. These will show up on your schedule as English 208 required focused instruction. And these sessions will be held on Thursday and Friday mornings. If these sessions are showing up on your schedule, you are required to attend these sessions live. In addition to that, if you're required to attend the focused instructional sessions on Thursday and Friday, you're also required to attend that Tuesday session live and in person on the computer. This isn't a punishment, but an opportunity to grow. If you're required to attend these additional Class Connect sessions, that means that your grade has fallen below a 70% in English 208, or you've been identified as a student who could use a little bit of extra help based on your score on the STAR 360 and your in-class work. We'll start these additional sessions the week of September 25th, and you should receive an email during the week of September 18th if you'll be required to attend. Make sure that you take that STAR 360 test this week if you haven't done so already, because I'll be using those results to help determine what Class Connects you need to attend. When you attend Class Connect, these are the expectations. Make sure that you participate. Come prepared to participate. You'll be asked to respond in the chat, on the whiteboard, and in small groups. When working in class, make sure that you're respectful of each other, yourself, and your teacher. Another Class Connect expectation is that you watch the weekly video before you attend Class Connects for the week. That weekly video will be directly connected to our Tuesday Class Connect, so it's absolutely important that you watch it ahead of time. When asked to use the chat, make sure you use it appropriately. If by chance you are distracting class, or you're sending private messages to a friend repeatedly, or you're doing something inappropriate that's taking away from our Class Connect session, you will be removed, and I will follow up with an email. Make sure that when you're in class that you're not sharing any personal information through the chat. Don't exchange phone numbers, addresses, email or text addresses. Make sure you keep all of that to yourself. When you have the writing tools, make sure that you use them and that you use them appropriately. Bottom line, make sure that you're showing respect. This year we are doing something new. We're going to try out something called a flipped classroom. In a flipped classroom, the student is required to do a little bit of work before they attend class. To do that, you will be watching the weekly video that I've been talking about. So this year, expect to watch that weekly video on Monday or Tuesday morning before you attend our Class Connect. Those videos should be roughly 10 minutes long or less. We're going to try really hard not to go over that 10-minute mark. Watch for the weekly videos posted in the announcements on Monday and sent to you through email. Like I said, make sure that weekly video is watched before you attend Class Connect on Tuesday. There won't be time in class to watch it, so you want to make sure you have that taken care of before you come. When you're sending an email, make sure you're following these netiquette rules. Make sure you include your first and last name, the course information. Make sure you include a salutation like Dear Mrs. Dietz or Ms. Cook. Make sure you close the message properly by using your full name like it was an actual letter. And then make sure that you're specific. Let us know what lesson you're referring to or what assignment it is that you're having a hard time on. Make sure you give us those specifics so we can better help you. Last, make sure you use your best grammar and punctuation. Definitely proofread before you hit send. Here's a quick example of what an email would look like. Right here it says, Dear Mrs. Dietz or Ms. Cook, I have downloaded the best book assignment from October 7th. I can't find the Dropbox to turn it in. Can you please help me? Thank you, Jane Smith. They have a salutation, they've been specific about the class and the assignment, and they've signed it appropriately. The late policy for this class goes as follows. All of your assignments need to be turned in on the due date. You do have a little bit of wiggle room, and assignments may be submitted for 1 full week after the noted due date to receive full credit. After that 1 week grace period, assignments will not be accepted for credit unless you've made arrangements ahead of time with your teacher. Make sure that you're turning things in on time. Don't live in that grace period. Just use it as a cushion if things come up. Tests and quizzes in this course can be taken multiple times. Your quizzes are set to have unlimited retakes. We set them up this way so that you have multiple opportunities to master the material. so use that to your advantage. Unit tests can be taken twice. So if you don't feel like you did a good job the first time, go ahead, study, and come back and take it the second time. Your highest score will be transferred to the gradebook. I want to give you a really quick reminder on academic integrity. All of the papers that you submit through K-12 are scanned for plagiarism. This means that if you turn in an assignment that you've already turned in the year before, or an assignment that someone else has turned in to K-12, it will show up as being plagiarized. This also means that if you pull an answer off the internet or out of a book, that it will also show up as plagiarized on our end. Be really careful. Make sure that you're submitting work that is only your original best work. If you do submit something that's plagiarized, you will receive a 0 on the assignment. If you get a 0 on a huge assignment like a research paper or a unit test, that could negatively impact your grade in such a way that it'll be hard to crawl back from. So you definitely want to make sure that you're only submitting your original work. Make sure that if you haven't taken the STAR 360 test yet, that you do so. This is an assessment that we'll be using throughout the year to measure your progress. It was assigned here for you guys at the very beginning of the year, and then you'll see it again probably every 8 weeks or so. If you haven't taken this test already, make sure that once you finish this video, you take that. It should only take you about 10 to 15 minutes, so it isn't too long of a test. You're probably wondering where you go from here. After you watch this video, log into class and do the following. Ensure you've required the completed activities for Tuesday and Wednesday. Write down your teacher's contact info. Download the syllabus. Complete that STAR 360. Then, make sure you attend today's CC. So check your schedule for the time and make sure that you're in attendance. Lastly, complete today's lesson, lesson 1.1. I am super excited that you're going to be in English 208 this year. Let's have an awesome start to the school year. We'll see you in Class Connect later this morning.